Alright, what's up YouTube? We are doing Ryan Cavender's officially second or third place deck profile for DDD?
Yeah.
Why'd you play this today?
Yeah, I love them. Why would I play ABCs when I can play DDDs? They're fun, you do everything, it's a good time.
You are a resident tier 2 player, I understand.
Yes, I am.
Photons and all this. Alright, let's dig into this, sir.
Alright. So.
Shut up, Vendred player, whatever you want.
Essentially, I run 3 of the search, so this gives me my essential Rhoda and my fusion. It's an easy normal summon. Never really used the Pend effect. I honestly couldn't really tell you what it does. It's also
at least he's honest.
I also run it for the 1-for-1 because it's a normal or special ability, and so if I have the 1-for-1 and not a dark contract, I can search for it with the 7. Probably the most important card of the deck is the slime, because the slime gives you the fusion from your hand to go into the Genghis.
You've been Omega'd how many times today?
1 game by Skylar. Just 1 game.
And you hit the slime.
So, yeah, but I got through yours, so it doesn't matter. Skylar I couldn't play.
In game 3, bud.
The other biggie, what also is good about slime is I can banish it from the grave to give me a bigger guy from my hand, and then the bigger guy effects goes off, and then I get a bunch of summons, which is super cool. The other one of 3 is Lamia. It's essentially your tuner of the deck. You can either get rid of 1 DDD or Dark Contract from your hand or field to special it. However, if you special it, it's banished when it leaves the field, so I try and usually refurbish it with Genghis or with whatever else I can to special summon it before it gets banished, because there's only 3 of them, so that's unfortunate. The other set of monsters that I run 3 of is the big guy, Ragnarok. Essentially, he gives me my summons when he special summon, and in the pen zone, I also get a special summon. So, big guys let you get me from grave here.
Do you ever set up your pendulum scales to pendulums?
I never penned ever, because I think they're all 3, 4s, and 5s, so they do me 0 help. I use their pen effects, because the big guy here with Thomas
the Tank Engine,
is when he is summoned, essentially I can pop 1 card on my pendulum zone, and summon another monster for my deck. And so essentially I can pop any one of these pen guys, summon out my Ragnarok, and I got 2 rank 8s to do whatever I want with. Right. So, very, very good card. The other ones I run 2 of are Copernicus, and I've never play tested this, so I run 2 Ghosts as well, and 2 Leonidas, which most don't do.
The hell's this thing do?
So what Ghost does is essentially it's another tuner, but it's a level 2 tuner, and so if I have like one of my rank 8 guys, he's a pretty easy either normal summon or get a special, and I get that rank 10 Synchro guy that's amazing.
Did you consider playing the one that banishes from the graveyard to fusion summon?
No, 3. Yes.
That's a spell.
No, it's the other slime.
Oh yeah, he's coming on. But essentially, Leonidas is a good 7, and with Lamia he gives me really, really easy rank 8 plays. Ghost just another 2 tuner. When he goes to grave, if I have a similar copy in my grave, I can send 1 from deck to grave. And so for some reason I need an emergency slime or Lamia, I can use the Ghost. And when he's banished, I get a banished card back into my grave, which is nice as well.
Alright.
So, other than that, I couldn't even tell you what Copernicus's pen effect is. Essentially, when he's normal or special, I can send 1 monster from my deck to grave, and so it's easy to get me a Lamia or Slime into the graveyard. So, 3 is too cloggy, 2 is the perfect amount.
Alright.
The other monsters that I run are 1 of each of these bad boys, and then of course you gotta run 3 Vanity's Fiends, because Vanity's Fiends ruins you to play Yu-Gi-Oh!
Okay, so I'm familiar with this, but what are these other 2?
Okay, so what DDD Night Howl does is essentially when I summon it, I can take 1 monster from my graveyard and special summon it. For the rest of the turn, however, I can only summon fiend monsters, and so it really limits you, and so it's good if you haven't normaled yet for a late game. What he's good for is I can get the Leonidas, which is a 7, and I get my Synchro, that's my level 10, or whatever plagues I've got things from. They're mainly all 8s, so however I need it.
And then Orthros.
Yes, so his pen effect is probably the only one that I really care about, him and Ragnarok, because when he's in the pen zone, if I get in trouble taking the 1000 for all my Dark Contract cards, I can use his effect. I pop a Dark Contract and any other spell and trap on the field. He's also rank 4 tuner, but I very rarely use him for his tuning abilities. So
how did these perform today for you?
Fan-freaking-tastic. You can never go wrong with a Vanity's Feed. So tell them to scoop and pass.
Scoop and pass.
No traps, so it's just spells.
Okay.
Otherwise, probably the best spell. It's your search engine. It's a free rota. Standby, take 1,000.
And it comes off of this guy.
Yep, I can take it off of that guy, and I can search any of my DDD monsters. I've run 3 of those, and of the corresponding, I only run 2 of the fusion guy. Essentially, you go through cards so fast. This is more important than this to me, and you have both slimes, from hand and from grave. So really, you only use this guy if you need to get your big fusion guys, which take 2 triple Ds instead of 2 regular Ds.
Okay.
So. Other than that, it is insane amount of draw power. 2 trade-ins because of all the rank 8s, 2 Potted Desires, and then I also run 2 Allure of Darknesses as well because they're all darks.
Did you ever want to up these to 3 at any point?
Maybe Allure trade-in. Right now I run a strict 40 and it seems to flow pretty good. I think the thing that needs the most work is the extra because I pretty much use the same 5 extra cards all day. So, and I go into those pretty frequently and I search the Rhoda, the Dark Contract so frequently that I'm very rarely left without plays or bricking.
Well, also your Allure is pretty much free the whole game.
Pretty much, yeah. The other 3 are just a 1-for-1, a Soul Charge, and Monster Reborn. So,
alright.
And that's the main deck. It's a 40 card deck and
alright, let's see
decently well enough. Side or extra first, your choice. Extra, of course. So we'll start with the Synchros. 5 main Synchros. This guy's an absolute beat stick, unaffected by card effects, and essentially once per turn you can have a free negation of your opponent's monster effects. Fan-freaking-tastic. When it's destroyed, goes to the pen zone.
Okay, and this thing is also what, level 10?
Level 10. Yep, so basically I run the DD Night Howl. It's a good late game if I haven't played him yet. My graveyard's full of stuff. Summon Night Howl, get the Leo, I get the 10, just from a normal.
How was Siegfried doing today?
The fusions I went into a lot more than the Synchros, honestly. I only played Crystal a couple times, and I can't even really remember today where Siegfried was important, but they're good to have because depending on the deck that your opponent's playing, you can either shut them down really quickly or they're just going to run you over either way. And essentially what you need Gust King for is you get your Genghis, you special summon another monster, you get the Lamia in your grave, you get your 7, you use Lamia's ability or another DDD to special summon it, and that gives you your crystal. I tried putting this guy in here because a free Regeki Dragon is always great. I did not play it once in any of like the 10 games I played, so this is definitely going to probably come out because there were just better plays that I went into today. So those were the Synchros. Other than that, here are the fusions.
How'd this do?
This dude, I thought the same thing. You know, I can summon him with this deck just like the Geki Dragon. So I was like, you know, if I go into him late game or whatever, like it'd be a pretty good play or whatever else. Never went into him once. There were other better plays, so.
You should kick it for a second copy of this.
Probably. This guy is so good because he's a 7, and he gives me easy access to my rank 8 Synchros. Genghis, I've also thought about maybe going to 3 because he is by far the best fusion. You go into it, he gives you your free special summons from your graveyard. All you have to do is special summon a DD. He doesn't give you the triple Ds, but from there you go into pretty fantastic plays. Beowulf, never really use him for anything. He could probably come out. He is just a 3K beater, and during the standby phase, he's a heavy storm. Never, ever, ever get the chance to use him. Beats Paleo. Never get the chance. This guy's pretty good. If you get him, you just basically return a Dark Contract you control to your hand, take control of an opponent's monster, and he gains the attack. Okay. Pretty good.
See those link.
People will probably hate me. I don't run Titanic, which is a pretty heavy-duty one. They don't run this guy. However, this is the one I always go into. Basically, as soon as he touches the field, everything's negated, and for the rest of the turn, card effects cannot be activated. And even when I end my turn, whatever of my opponent's effects were negated stay negated. And during at any point, I can detach and use a Heavy Storm, which is fan-freaking-tastic. Didn't go into this guy really at all today. He just goes, he's a good beat stick and can't really be destroyed by card effects. And again, when he's destroyed, goes to the pen zone. If you're playing a big Xyz deck, it's kind of decent because you can take one from the top of your extra and attach it, and basically you can destroy pen cards that you have and pop your opponent's cards. So if for some reason you have tons of cards left in your hand, which you usually rarely do, just pop your opponent's stuff. The other two, my links, Borload and Master Fiend. I could probably go for another Master Fiend. Essentially, there's no regular dark like what Starboy is. But since everything's Fiend, he gives me 2 special summon zones. Relatively, this is my first play. I really only went to Borload once today, and he was a game winner. So it's pretty easy to spam out 4. You get him out, and then by that point you either have some sort of slimes that are going to let you fusion from your graveyard, or you're going to have a slime that's going to let you special from your hand. You special summon a Lamia, you get another special, you got an 8 or something.
Alright.
So,
and side deck.
That's the side. That's the extra. Side deck is pretty simple. Lancia's the best side card deck of the day, definitely, for sure. Can't banish, can't stop it. 2 Sphere Modes, of course. Didn't really get the chance to use it at all today. Other than that, for the Paleo stoppage, 2 Jinzos and 2 Denkos. Didn't play any Paleo today. Didn't really worry about it. So, traps, Salmon Warning, and 3 Antis. Obviously, I cared a lot about my side deck today. Good for anything, Magician-wise. Other than that, just 3 Cosmic Cyclones for whatever else could come.
Any final comments, sir?
4-1. Got lucky.
Alright, later guys.